What's up, guys? My name's Doofus Mcdooface, and this is Tier 6 of my Legion TD2 tier lists. And today we will be finishing the series. As in all of the others, this is going to be my opinion of where I think these Tier 6 units fit in a tier list. And then in the back half, I will be doing the win probability sort of tier list. That means I will be looking at the last 3 or 4 patch win rates. I've calculated those for you guys. And then we will put each unit into a tier list. Let's say like 52%, 51% for S tier. D tier is like the low 40%. B tier around 50, give or take 49, maybe 50.5, things like that. But this is the last video. Please like, and let's get into it. Firelord is such a tough one to start with here. That is because I enjoy the unit, but damn is it hard to play with. It is really tough to split with Firelord. If it is perfect, it is amazing. If it is bad, it is really bad. I'm going to go with B because I feel like a perfect Firelord, a perfect Phoenix belongs in S double plus tier. I recently had one of the craziest games. I had a full set of Sacred Steeds into Pegasus with Magician and only one magic unit on my board. That unit. A Phoenix that was tanking a ton. No vamp, no heals, just the mana to absorb each attack. It literally tanked like 30,000 damage. It was amazing. And I have other games. Actually, later in that game, it died instantly. So it went from being the coolest unit ever to not so cool. So it can be S tier and it can be D tier. I feel like B. I feel like it's... I wouldn't say it's balanced because it's so hard to play, but I feel like it's balanced for those who know how to play it and those who don't know how to play it. I feel like it's kind of in the middle. So I'm gonna put Firelord in B tier. Holy Avenger. I'm in love, to be honest. I mean, I love the splash. I'm thinking S tier for now, but I might change it. I'm gonna start with S tier. I have an amazing win rate with Holy Avenger and Sovereign. I've been doing really good this year. This year specifically, I have improved my Holy Avenger Sovereign gameplay. That splash effect has been really nice. The only thing is if it does not go off, if it does not get to its spell ability, it stinks. But for me personally, I've been so good lately about making sure it does go off. My win rate has showed. And I'm going to keep it in S tier for right now. We might change it, but for now, I do like it. Yes, it's 1,000 times better with Tree of Life, Butcher, APS, Magician, Steeds, Dark Mages, right? APS. There's so many things that make it better, but I feel like it's so unlikely to get this unit and none of those other things that I think it's still acceptable. So, S tier, I'm keeping you there. Egg sack. I can't save eggs, man. I can't save an egg to save my life on wave 3. I'm getting roboed and brooded every time. But damn are they good. Damn are they good. I'm going to go A. And this might be a little biased. It probably should be S tier. Egg is absolutely game changer. It's so good. Maybe I talk myself into putting egg in S. But the fact of the matter is if your egg doesn't get hatched, it loses so much value. And what egg can do is give you that safety feel of like, oh, I'm like 200 over, and then you leak because it's still like natural impact, gets shredded by imps, witches. There's so many things that kind of hurt it. But it is a great tank. It can change games. It's A, it's A. It's S, it's S. It's A, it's S. I think it has to be S because like how many other units in the game absolutely change games? Right? Like you can literally come back from being down 1,000 power score with eggs. And if I know I'm not supposed to say this because I'm trying to focus more on ranked. In Classic, this is insta-win. Insta-winning. If one team has eggs and the other doesn't matter how far behind you are. If that person places eggs correctly, the game's over. So I'm going to keep eggs in S for now. We'll think about it. Red Eyes Great Boar, you suck. You suck so bad. You suck so bad because of the AoE stuff. Like, I've been talking about AoE being destroyed most of my tier lists, and I'm sticking with it with the Boars. They are not what they once were. I'm not impressed. Me personally, I still play them, but like I don't feel great. When I was newer to the game, I would get Disciple Boar. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I would get Zeus Boar. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I would get Halo Boar. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Now I see those rolls. Is there anything else I can play? Do I have any other unit combinations? They're just not as good anymore. Like Mole Hermit is even good enough into it. Like Honey Bears. You have Honey Bears on top of Mole Hermit? Nah, they stink. Maybe it's a slight overreaction, but I'm gonna go with D. Bunk, sort of the same thing, but here's what Bunk has. Bunk has that early game feel that makes it worth. I have changed games on 7 with Bunk. I've changed games on 9 with Bunk, on 8 with Bunk. I've actually been really into Havens on 10, Havens on 11. Boar doesn't do any of that. Boar doesn't do any of that. And then they're literally both Pierce Fortified. Also 14, it has changed games. And then it starts to fall off. I mean, how many of these tier 6s fall off in the late game? I don't feel like Haven on 19 is that great. 18, it's worthless. 20, it's not great. It's the worst tier 6 in overtime. But I still feel like that early to mid game, it can do great things. So I'm going to put Bunk in C tier. It's where I feel like it belongs. LOD. Oh. Dude, I'm going to do it. I mean, these are just some of my favorite things, right? Eggs, you guys love the egg videos. I love the egg videos. I love Holy Avenger when it pops off. I love spawning 8,000 Hades. These are some of my favorite units, so I think they belong in S tier. The ability to spawn dragons covering the mid, spawning dragons with a gazillion steeds, like these are the cool spawner units that I love, and this one has the damage, right? This one has the damage to carry. So I enjoy. Oh, my dog is having a bad dream. Maybe he doesn't feel like Lord of Death is S tier, but Wilfred, it's S tier. It's S tier. Lord of Death, Hades is S tier. The only downside I will say is that something like Starcaller and Magician, if you really look at it, the mana that you generate from Starcaller buff and Magician buff is very small compared to Hades. Dude, this is crazy. To Hades overall mana pool. Hey, Bubba! Sorry, guys. Please like the video. Please like and comment. Someone might say that Lord of Death in S tier is a bad idea. I guess that's what he's thinking. I still love it. But yeah, the mana required is a lot, right? It is a lot, but it's still awesome. I still like it. Let's move on. Millennium with APS. The only deterrent is really GKs. It does cook. It's really good. I don't even want to say a lot about Millennium. Like, it's a good unit. It's a good unit. It's expensive. But it's game changer on the waves you get it. 13, 14. That impact damage is just critical. But what for me, I can't put it in S tier, is like, I feel like these 3 units can do really good on bad waves. You know, waves where they're not actually strong, like on a 17 Magic. 17, the Avenger, right, is not supposed to be great. 19, the Avenger is not supposed to be great. At least these 2 carry units. I feel like Millennium on bad waves is It doesn't have that pop-off ability like these tier 6s. But yeah, APS, Dark Mage, I think it's still really good. It would be like A plus tier for me. But for me, I love these units. I get excited when I see them. I don't get as excited with Millennium, even with the APS. So, Shadow Dancer. I'm going to go as low as C. To start, I'm going to go C. It may be B, but it's just not as good anymore, dude. I think it's hilarious. I'm going to make fun of myself. When this unit first came out, it was amazing and horrible to play against because it could spawn any number of clones. It was RNG based. It wasn't based off pure attacks. And you could have the clones be healed by Ocean Templar, back when Ocean Templar had magic resistance too. So you could have like some of the craziest builds ever with this unit. And then now it's no RNG, it's just based off attacks. And then the Ocean Templar's not as good anymore, right? So when I'm thinking about Shadow Dancer. And the fact of the matter is, I just don't see it actually spawning clones as much as it should. That could just be me. For me, I just don't feel like Shadow Dancer fits well into my builds. I just don't love it that much. And honestly, I haven't really lost to it that much either. So I'm not really scared when I see Shadow Dancer Dread Knight like I was a long time ago. You guys might like it, but I feel like C for clones because it's cloning around. Gates. That might break some hearts. Everybody here loves Gates. I love Gates. But the fact is, it's also not as great as it once was, right? It's just not. Now when you have gazillion buffs, when you have the Tree of Life, when you have the White Mane, or the Starcaller, or the Ocean Templar, even though Ocean Templar is still okay without magic resistance, it is very good. But Pack Leader strong against it now. Imps are still amazing. It can't kill Krakens. It can't kill GKs, right? It needs complementary units. It can be amazing, but the fact is it usually needs complementary units for it to be great. It can be amazing, right? Like, I feel like this is the same thing as Firelord. Could be S with all the buffs, and it could be D if you're just placing gates randomly, right? If you don't know how to place gates, could totally be a D tier, and you get squished. And you're like, I thought gates were supposed to be great. I only got one spawn out with my tier 6. Yeah, so you really do need to know how to play gates. So I feel like B for balance is okay. Catapult. I'm going to make a statement here. And I'm just going to put it right next to Millennium. They're still just the same damn unit. For me, they're still the same unit. The only difference is Catapult does a little bit more damage and needs to be placed a little bit differently and doesn't have the AoE. Now, that is 3 things. But I still feel like Catapult, for me, interchangeable. Some games I use it. Some games I choose Millennium. It just depends how I'm feeling. It's really good, right? It's great on those boss waves. Absolutely horrific on 15. Absolutely horrific on 15 and 16. But other waves, it is outstanding, 17, it's probably a little bit better than Millennium. Kind of sucks on 18, to be honest. But it's still really good. It's still really good. I feel like they belong together. Yeah. So if I'm just looking, I've got 3 Pierce units, 2 Magic units, 4 out of 5 Impact units, and then the 1 outlier as a Magic unit. Is Impact in this patch? Or these patches? I don't know. So this is going to be my opinion here, guys. I hope you guys agree with me, disagree with me. Let me know. But that was my opinion. Let's move on to the next part, which is going to be... Let me add the catapult. And it didn't mess up, so we're just going to have this in the video. Another chance for you to like and comment. But this will be now the win rates. Like I said, this is taken from the last 3 to 4 patches. Yes, it is from 1600 elo and up, so it can be drastically different depending on what elo bracket you're in, but I still think this encompasses fairly decently how well the unit is accepted by the community, win rate wise. So the first and worst unit of tier 6s in the last few patches is Banana Bunk. Okay. I mean, I had it, in the C tier? I thought it'd be a little higher, but Banana Bunk, I guess, does have that Firelord thing too, where the placement is important, being that it is 200 range. It is AoE, so I'm not too surprised that it's super low, but it's not bad. And I will say, honestly, it probably should be C tier. Like, if you think about the win rates we've had prior with our other tier list, 47.7 is quite high. That's pretty close. Because what? What are we going to do? 2 D tiers at 47.7, and then 2 C tiers at 48.1, and then, like, yeah. Bunk is C tier. I don't think 47.7 belongs in D tier. And next up, we have Firelord. I mean, interchangeable, right? I mean, they're different things, but I'm saying they're interchangeable in the fact that the positioning is really important, right? These are 2 really, really important positioning units. Outside of Catapult, I guess Catapult, the positioning does matter a lot too. And Boars. Okay, a lot of these units, position matters. But like, these are really, really technical, and if you screw them up, it kind of sucks, right? If your Bunk is placed super far ahead and it tanks everything, it's not as great. If your Firelord just insta-dies, not as great. If your Firelord doesn't tank that much, not as great, right? So, there are some downsides. Third up, we have... What? Alright, that one kind of... I didn't even mentally, like, when I was doing the stats, I must not have actually, like, mentally... That was like a subconscious, evident thing I did. How is that so low? What are you guys doing to my Holy Avenger? Honestly, keep it low. Maybe it gets buffed. Maybe it gets buffed and I continue winning because I've got to say that it's in my top 5 best win rate units this season. So please keep losing with it and I will have more wins. And it's just got to be the fact that it's not going off, right? Has to be the fact that it's not going off. If it doesn't go off, yeah, it's a C tier unit in that case. And next up, we have Great Boar, and we're so close to 50%. I guess we got to put it in B. I think that's outrageous. I'm just gonna say I don't think people know how to send against it. Like, are you sending ogres into boars or something? Are you sending brutes into boars or something? Like, boars should not be this high. It should be well below 50%. I'm gonna get on my soapbox here and say there's no reason for Great Boar to have a near 50% win rate. It is not what it used to be. Unless, of course, maybe it's theoretically possible that when I was playing Boars, the win rate was one of those 52, 53%ers, and it has dropped substantially. But like me seeing 49.4 doesn't look substantial difference. It is possible. But yeah, that's still surprising to me. The 5th worst unit is Dancer. We're at 51.2 though. I mean, I guess that just hops it into the A tier. Another surprising one. I'm getting shredded here on these win rates. Yeah, I mean 1% over. That should be A tier. Shadow Dancer 51.2. My goodness. I don't know. I need to start playing some of you guys. If you guys have that high win rate with Boars and Dancer, I'm ready to queue up against you guys. Respectfully, I am ready to queue up against those Great Boar and Shadow Dancer spammers. Please join my games. But the win rate is the win rate. So the 6th highest win rate for tier 6s is Lord of Death at 51.5. And I can't cheat and put that in the S tier. That's still A tier. That's solid. I feel good about that. This has maybe been my worst performance ever, matching the meta numbers, but not bad. Lord of Death, good unit, good win rate. Feel good about that. Millennium, sort of the same, right? I mean, Millennium, I think I nailed on the head. It's a solid unit. Nothing to jump around about. Couple of weak waves. Couple of strong waves, solid tier 6, good. It's good where it's at. It's good. And are we approaching S tier yet? Let us see. 52% still kind of that A. Soulgate. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that Soulgate's in 52%. I wouldn't have guessed that. I haven't been winning as much with gates, as I used to. But it's good to see that other people are, because I love the unit. Like, it's gotta be in my top 5 or 6 most fun units. Because you guys know I love spawners. I love my crab warlocks. I love my my Lord of Death, my Hades. I love my Gates, right? What other, is that it? Is that it for spawners? That might be it, right? I mean, I love those 3 units. I love that they spawn units. It goes back to like the Theos and Squadron Tower Defense, if you ever played that. I remember it quite well. It's pretty cool. So that's cool. Good job on the gate, guys. Good job, meta. Catapult? What the heck? And that sounds like an S tier from 53% Catapult. It's only 1.4% different from Millennium. It's a slight variation, more than I would expect. And honestly, I'm really surprised the Catapult's that high. Because I mean, you would think the positioning is pretty important. You would think the positioning is pretty important since it increases the amount of damage if it's like the farthest away. But clearly people know what they're doing with the Catapults. So maybe I need to start playing Catapult more. That is actually pretty interesting to me. Catapult 53.1. And that means, Egg, you are the #1 win rate at 57.1%. Uh-oh, don't let Jules see this. Egg is getting nerfed, guys. Holy, that's the highest, right? The last unit win probability that I show in all of my tier lists happens to be the highest win rate. Egg sack 57.1. That is abnormal. Actually kind of surprising that Egg hasn't gotten messed with. And 57.1, that's like beyond, that's uncontrollable. Like that's just crazy. Like that's like lock in Egg angle. I might try that. I'm gonna be streaming some games, of course, and I might be locking in Egg just to try. That is a great number. And I guess it goes to show, like, you can still win the game even when your Egg dies. It's still solid. You can place more eggs. You can force your opponents to continue setting. You can overbuild an egg. Yeah. That is good to know. Okay, egg sack 57.1. Well, I hope that shocks you guys. I hope that was a shocking end to this video. Definitely shocked me. I had egg in S tier, but I did not have it in S double plus tier. You know, I mean, that's outrageous. That makes up for a lot of those win rates. We had some like tier, I think it was it tier 4 or tier 5 that we had a lot of like sub 50%. Like the majority was sub 50%. And it makes you think, like, where is that opposite win rate probability that's equaling out at 50%? Because all of them have to add up to 50%, of course. And I guess egg sack is the reason that some of those things are so low. And egg sack is making up for that difference. That is the variation. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will definitely make more tier lists in the future. But let me know what you guys think about these tier 6s. Were you as surprised by some of these win rates as me? Because Holy Avenger kind of hurt me. And egg being that high, kind of wild. But thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video.